Okay, so not only do you star in the show, but you're also the set designer, set creator. Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what was your inspiration for the set?
Many Sunday school rooms I was in growing up,
Nice.
kind of mixed with what the script calls for. Some specific things that we need for some of the action in the show.
I'm so interested in this show. It looks like it's got a lot of levels of intensity and heart, right? So, can you share with our audience a little bit of what the audience should expect when they come in to see Hand to God?
If you like South Park or the Book of Mormon and that kind of humor, you should love this show. The story follows three teenagers. I play Jason, his mother, and a pastor. That's the cast, and Tyrone and Jolene. And it follows the relationship between Jason and his mom, and how they mend some things that have happened in their lives, as well as how Pastor Greg interacts with my mom in the show, Marjorie, and then my character has a puppet. We're in a puppet class after school, or after, basically like
A puppet ministry, right?
Yeah. My puppet kind of takes over throughout the show. It's a very short show, about an hour long, and Tyrone grows in many ways.
I feel like an hour is like all we can handle, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, and it goes by pretty quick. So.
So for those who have seen, is this kind of like a side-by-side to Avenue Q, would you say, as far as like the content and like the puppet kind of actioning?
Similar content, similar type of humor.
Would you invite kids to come to this?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So don't bring your 5-year-olds to come see Hand to God. I'm so interested to see it, and it seems just like such a different portrayal of like Sunday school and growth and kind of like what a teenager kind of goes through. Some could say that like we are good human beings by nature, or some could argue that we are bad human beings trying to do good. How do you think you follow in that, or how do you think Tyrone challenges you as a 17-year-old character?
Well, that's interesting because the show has an epilogue and a prologue that is about a paragraph or change by Tyrone that kind of poses a couple big picture questions that kind of deal with that. And the things that these characters are trying to solve and figure out are very real things that everyone goes through at different points in their lives. We just are set in a very high stakes, absurdist in some ways scenario. And with this puppet class and how Tyrone kind of takes over and challenges everyone in the room's beliefs.
How has Tyrone challenged you as Nick Pontine?
He took a while to get used to the way he kind of works in rehearsal, but I think we've kind of struck a good balance of how we interact. Sometimes if I drop a line, he gets on me backstage, but it is what it is.
How have you gotten into character? How do you become your character and Tyrone at the same time? Because it's essentially kind of playing like two roles.
It got to a point where I have to kind of separate them, because if I don't, I'll lose track of where I'm at, because they have very different voices. If I am not truly separating them, then I find sometimes I'll invert my voice, or I'll be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. So they are really separate entities, which helped when I finally was able to commit to that.
Well, Nick, thanks so much for taking time to chat with us. San Antonio, you guys got to come check out Hand to God. It closes May 6th, and it's not a show that you want to miss.